What have we just witnessed? At 14 years and 32 days old, a young lad has just smashed a 35 ball century, second to Chris Gale. I mean, what have we just witnessed? Remember the name? It's Vaibhav Suryavanshi who's setting this IPL on fire. I mean, we will be asking a lot of questions who was doing what at 14 years of age, but we do know that Vaibhav Suryavanshi was lighting up the IPL with his all-round brilliance here in with the bat. He was smashing every international bowler there was. Rashid Khan, Mohammad Siraj, Prasidh Krishna, whoever you name, Kareem Jannat, everyone was smashed all across the park. I mean, Yashasvi Jaiswal, a regular in Indian Test side, was a witness to all of that from the non-strike. You can just imagine what we all just witnessed. It was huge. And before we get into the details, I'm joined by Bharat Ramraj and Shaumik Chakraborty, who will go into the details of this splendid, spectacular, electrifying. I mean, I'm going to go short on words here for someone like 14 years of age because he didn't go short on his shots. So I'll just go to the experts here. Bharat sir, Shamik sir, your thoughts on this 14-year-old prodigy.
Yeah, the great things, as you said, there are no words to describe what Vaibhav Suryavamshi did today. If I have to pen, even if I pen 1,000 words, 5,000 words, I can't describe that kind of an innings because at the age of 14, if someone plays like that, with that kind of bat swing, that light bat swing, that great bat swing, tremendous bat swing, looked like someone has played 100, internationals, someone who's a very powerful hitter. That is how he played at the age of 14 because you don't. I can't remember a 14-year-old having this kind of bat swing. I watched Sachin Tendulkar. Like actually, I'm saying you. I watched Sachin Tendulkar at the age of 18, pulling Patrick Patterson. Obviously, he had a much better technique than Vaibhav Suryavamshi. I have to tell that much better technique. But in terms of shot making, at the age of 14, I've not seen this kind of bat swing. This is rare. So yes, he might have a few problems with the short ball. We have already talked about it. Pakistan under 19, I think, bowled well to him. I don't think the IPL teams have bowled well to him. They have bowled too full. Even today, even someone like Prasidh Krishna was trying to bowl too full, though eventually got him out with a Yorker. But Karim Janat bowled so full, low full tosses. So some of the bowling was not good. Let me say that. But having said that, for a 14-year-old to play this kind of an innings, it is cracker jack innings. It's just believe it or not. That's all I can tell. So hats off to him, and hopefully will continue to shine brightly and take this innings forward because you don't want someone to score 200 300s. We have seen it in the past. Uh, Young players who done well in one IPL season, and next season they kind of flop. So hopefully he'll continue to work hard, continue to do the hard yards, and next season also he will come out and shine brightly.
Yeah, he should be. I mean, sir, Shamik sir, I'll just go to you now. Your thoughts on him. He smashed 11 sixes, 7 boundaries. I mean, me and Bharat sir have fallen short of words here to describe what a talent we have on our hands. I mean, Indian cricket is just buzzing at this moment because you have a 14-year-old who is schooling international bowlers in Indian Premier League right now. What is happening, Shamik sir?
Naman, for a moment, forget his seven boundaries, 11 sixes, technique, bagera, bagera. Vaibhav Suryavanshi has been a fascinating story. His father, Sanjeev, sold his farmland to fuel his son's cricketing dreams. His coach in Patna, when he was 9 or 10 years old, made him play 600 balls every day. You reap what you sow. Obviously, the talent is there, but the hard work. I mean, a a, a boy, a teenager who is hailing from a village near Patna, coming to the IPL at 40 as a teenager and setting the stands on fire. This is the biggest story of this IPL. This is the biggest story of this IPL in the sense that, I mean, this is something to seriously. We use words like prodigy and etc. pretty loosely, but this is something what prodigy is all about. Absolutely no fear of failure. Absolutely no. What we saw was the irreverence of youth. I wouldn't call him. I wouldn't even call him a youth. He's a teenager, for God's sake. So from that point of view, he was facing bowlers, international bowlers, Mohammad Siraj, Ishant Sharma, Washington Sundar, Prashid Krishna, Rashid Khan. They are serious, serious international bowlers. So it speaks just his innings. His just don't analyze. Just his innings spoke volumes for his courage, his talent, his hitting prowess. But at the end of the day, it's a fascinating story of a boy from a village near Patna. A star is born in Indian cricket today, and that's the main thing. Rajasthan Royals will not be able to qualify, but at least they will they will walk into the sunset in this IPL with with soul and pride, saying that I have given we have given the IPL we have given Indian cricket another gem.
Definitely, a star has born today. I mean, it's not just that he had family financial issues. There were issues like he was playing for a state that lacks in proper infrastructure, from a state, Bihar, that is not well known for its sports infrastructure, not well known for
But
its
Naman,
sport,
but
its
Naman,
cricketing
for
team.
a change, no, but Naman, for a change, in this case, in this particular case, Bihar Cricket Association helped him a lot since he was. I mean, they fast tracked him to their domestic setup. BCCI, Tilak Naidu, you have to mention Tilak Naidu as a as the chairman of selectors of the under 18 side. He brought him to the uh, to, to the fold as far as the Indian cold team is concerned, despite the fact that he was not quite 18 and he was still, I mean, at 13 or 14 years of age, you usually don't see someone get picked for the India holds. But Tilak Naidu showed the courage. So credit goes to Tilak Naidu, who was the chairman of selectors of the under 18 team. Credit goes to Bihar Cricket Association in this particular case because they nurtured it properly, and credit goes to BCCI. And obviously, Zubin Barucha and Rahul Dravid, uh, they saw him and they were impressed by his talent and brought him to the Rajasthan Royals fold.
Sir, I was just going to say that, so for someone to reach at that stage, you need a lot of people helping you out. No one can reach at that point, even if you're a 14-year-old prodigy. No one can reach that point in time, at that point of
Exactly.
stage, without the help of others. But my point here was that there were a lot of other players who were born in uh, Bihar, like MS Dhoni, Ishan Kishan, who never chose to play for Bihar. And this guy came out of ranks from Bihar, played for Bihar, and smashed it in IPL today. It's just a wonderful innings. I mean, like you said, there's no point of analyzing this. This is just this. I mean, I'm lacking words here, but going to Bharat sir, so you saw how the way he played. It was emphatic to say the least, and the way the ballers were trying their best. Nehra was on the boundary line discussing how we can get this partnership, end this partnership, because Rajasthan has not been able to finish off their chases. But when this guy went off, there was no stopping him, and he helped this team to finally chase a mammoth score of 209. It's not that easy. They did it in 15.5 overs because of this guy. Your thoughts on the way that Rajasthan played out this chase?
Yeah, they just played with full of bravado and freedom. As I noted, that kind of bat swing I have not seen. 33 years or whatever cricket I watched, I've not seen a player with that kind of bat swing. I have seen players with better technique at the age of 16, at the age of 18, at the age of 19. But I don't think I've seen that kind of bat swing where someone is generating that kind of power at the age of 14, 15, or whatever he is. And that is, it doesn't surprise me that in the trials when Vikram Rathore asked him to hit three sixes or he score 17 runs in 1 over, he gave him a match situation simulation where it to score something like 17 runs in 1 over, and he hit three sixes and did it. So it doesn't surprise me when I watch this kind of batting. Yes, I watched him score runs, lot of runs. I think against Japan in the under 19 Asia Cup, maybe it was. But again, the opponent was not great. I watched a little bit of his batting against Australia under 19 as well. He scored 100 there. Yes, he kind of struggled against Pakistan under 19. But today he played a kind of innings that just left you bamboozled, and what can I say? Mind blowing it was. So that's all I can say. As I noted, hopefully he will take it forward to the next season. He will take it forward to domestic cricket and continue to score a lot of runs and continue to work hard. That's the only thing I can say because he's definitely a prodigy.
He is definitely a prodigy. And Shamik sir, my next question to you is how do you go about? See, we have had a lot of prodigies. When Nagakoti came on the scene, he was seen as someone way fast, a bowler that you should directly put into the Indian side. His pace is raw. We had all kind of talks going on, but his body started to be, I mean, become injury prone. He started to injure himself a lot. His speed has bit fallen down. What should India do with this prodigy in hand? He's a batter, no doubt. Bowlers have different kind of issues. Batters have different issues. But irrespective, he's a young guy, still learning his ways of life. How do you go about, I mean, nurturing this kind of talent?
See, the thing is that why only Kamlesh Nagarkoti, Prithvi Shaw also, right? Prithvi Shaw, the talent he had, and the way he announced himself in international cricket, and after that the slide, which is unfortunate. See, there is a very clear path for every young cricket, especially he is a teenager or who is very young, who is starting life at this level very young. There are two ways. One is Sachin Tendulkar way, another is Vinod Kambli way. It's up to you which one you will choose. If you want to prosper, if you want to have a career, you'll I'm not saying that you will reach Sachin Tendulkar's level because he is once in a generation player and you should keep him into the conversation. I'm talking about the Sachin Tendulkar way. So if you follow the Sachin Tendulkar way, you will prosper in your cricket, in your life. You will have a career. Given that, and we all know that this boy has talent. Now, if you choose the Vinod Kamble way, then you are asking for trouble, right? Then you would be then you are going to be a busted flash. That is simple. If you do not come to had great talent, otherwise you don't score back to back double hundreds in Test cricket without talent, right? But but there was a difference between Sachin Tendulkar and Vinod Kambli, and that was discipline. That was respecting the game. So you have to respect the game, you have to be disciplined. Discipline is the key, especially at this age or any age for that matter. And from that point of view, so the golden rule for any youngster or any teenager who wants to prosper is to follow the Sachin Tendulkar. Simple as that. He is the benchmark. He is the benchmark. Follow him. You will reach a certain level.
Definitely. I mean, discipline is going to be a very key part in his talent grooming because, I mean, if I just take a contemporary example, it's from football, and I'm going on the lines of Shamik sir. Lamine Yamal has been spectacular. He has won every kind of trophy, and he is just 17 years old. Now, India has on his hand a 14-year-old prodigy, and this is something that doesn't happen very often. So, I mean, I can go on and on about this guy, but Bharat sir, where do you think that Gujarat's bowling lineup gave up? Because we know what weaknesses Vaibhav have. We have seen it in the Under 19 World Cup as well, or Asia Cup. Sorry, my apologies. But there was Yashasvi Jaiswal also who was picking apart the bowling. He didn't go as quickly as Vaibhav did because the way, I mean, it was swashbuckling. But where do you think that Gujarat Titans lost it when they were facing these two opening pair?
Right at the start, because you know what is his weakness. So, who should be your main bowler in the first 2 overs? Should be your only hit the deck pacer in the lineup. Prasidh Krishna should have bowled the first or second over. Should have tried with him. Should have told him to bowl back of length, back of length, back of length at Vaibhav Suryavanshi and hope for the best. That's the length that will definitely trouble him. Now that's what we have seen. So they basically lost it right at the start. Ishan Sharma is definitely not the bowler that he used to be. They bowl too full. We can't bowl too full. We saw with Karim Janat. This guy has that back foot trigger, stays very deep. And if you're going to bowl too full with that kind of bat swing, then you have to then you need to have some 10 fielders in the stands. That's what I would say. So that's very bad length to bowl at him, and that is where I think Gujarat Titans lost it. But the credit has to go to the batsman. As I noted, this kind of bat swing I've never seen someone having this kind of bat swing at the age of 14 or 15 or whatever it is. So on this day, you have just doff your hat off to the batsman and tell you were better than us. But if you ask me where did they lose, lost in the first over itself because their lens they were too full to Vaibhav Suryavanshi. That's definitely not going to work for this team.
Definitely not. But I mean, I'm not sure about what kind of discipline he practices, but the love for the game I have seen. The first match when he got out against LSG, he was crying, wiping his tears off while going back to the pavilion. And today, he showed what this game means to him. He proved it that I am here for longer. He wasn't willing to move away from his crease. I mean, from his walk to the pavilion after getting out by Prasidh Krishna's amazing, I mean, fast Yorker. Uh, but he wasn't. His walk was very slow. But Shamik sir, I would like you to take this guy. Anit Sadhu here doesn't believe in miracles. I know for a fact that Vaibhav Suryavanshi has already done a bone what is it called bone test that confirms that he is of 14 years of age. If I'm not wrong, Shamik sir, your thoughts on this Anit Sadhu's comment?
Yeah, I mean, he has passed the BCCI test, right? So who are we to question? Until and unless, I mean, if he were caught for age purging, that was the other case. But he has passed this BCCI tests, right? So who are we to question? Do you have, if you are, or if I am questioning his age, do we have any proof to support that? We don't, right? So he has passed the BCCI age norms, everything, and he is there. And BCCI has registered him as a 14-year-old, right? So we have to accept that because that's official. Um, you cannot count, you cannot counter argue because you don't have any proof. So once you don't have a proof, please don't come up with speculations. That is uh, that is not proper. I would say that is not cricket. Number one. Number two, very so excellent observation from Yashasvi Jaiswal after the game. He summed up this little kid in a word, in just a word, temperament. At this level, it's all about temperament. At this level, so this guy showed plenty of it. Whether he will go on or whether we'll see him prosper in the future, time will tell. But today, what we had was a grand announcement. Now, a grand announcement has been made. We have to see how it goes in the coming days.
We will be seeing that. But also coming back to you, we saw magnificent innings by Shubman Gill, but he chose to swap himself out and sit on the sidelines, giving the reins to Rashid Khan. Do you think that kind of didn't work out well for them? Should Shuman Gill have continued, I mean, acting as the captain? Because today it didn't go their way with Rashid Khan at the helm.
Yeah, you can blame him. You can blame Rashid Khan for his style of captaincy, but actually come from the backroom staff itself, because they must have seen enough of Vaibhav Suryavamshi. By now, it's known fact that it keeps backing away with that technique. You have to bowl short of length. That's the start. So somewhere the analysts also sorry, somewhere the analysts also went wrong there. So not very sure. It's just about Rashid Khan. It would have been told to him, this is what you have to do. This is what you have to do. So it has to go to the backroom staff as well. Some of the blame. Yes, I was surprised that they got that one over that they got Karim Janath into the attack, because whatever you've seen of Karim Janath, he just keeps bowling full. This Afghanistan all rounder, and that is exactly the length. The slot bowling is exactly where someone like Vaibhav Suryavamshi likes. So you could have got anyone else. You could have even got Sai Kishore, because he's a very clever bowler. I understand the matchup doesn't work for him, left-hander versus left-arm spinner. But from round the wicket, we have seen how Sai Kishore is outsmarted left-handers enough times. So he could have used any other bowler. That one thing I really couldn't understand, how he got his Afghanistan teammate to bowl at Vaibhav Suryavamshi, because that matchup completely went in favor of Vaibhav. So yeah, there were a few blunders, but it was just it was on that day that particular batsman was too good.
He was too good. He was too good to be true.
Naman,
Yes, sir.
Naman, Shubman Gill didn't take the field because he had back spasms. He clarified
He
that
had
at
back.
the post match. He
Okay, okay.
clarified that at post match. Number one. Number two, Rashid Khan is a seasoned captain. He led Afghanistan. He led Afghanistan for
Yes.
many seasons. Right. He's a seasoned captain. And he understands the game a lot more than common observers. Right. So the fact is that it was, as Shubman Gill very aptly pointed out, it was Surya Vanchi's day. That Shubman Gill, and in any sport it happens. When a particular player is having his day, then he becomes unstoppable. So Suryavanshi tonight was completely unstoppable. So that is the bottom line. That is the bottom line. Nothing else matters.
Doesn't it? Doesn't. That's why I have a follow-up question to you. That since we just saw, I mean, something unreal happen, a 14-year-old smashing international bowlers. Do you
No,
think
no,
that Rajasthan can now revive
no,
their
no,
season?
forget Rajasthan. Sachin Tendulkar himself has come up with a tweet, and I read it out for our viewers.
Sure,
The
sure. Please go.
the master, yeah, the master says Vaibhav's fearless approach, picking the length early and transferring the energy behind the ball was the recipe behind a fabulous innings. End result 101 runs of 35 balls. So, validation, the seal of approval has come from the master himself, right? So, there cannot be any bigger praise for the kid.
I
It's the
think that
mother of
must
all
have
praise.
Yeah, I mean, if the god of cricket is praising you, I think you have done enough on the day to, I mean, tell
It
the
has
world
come
that
from
you
the
have a life.
master himself. And he very precisely picked that fearless approach, picking length early and transferring the energy behind the ball was recipe behind a fabulous innings. So um, that's something he will treasure. This little kid will treasure, and he will also treasure that both dugouts, players at the both dugouts in support crowd, not only Rajasthan Royals, even those who are at the Gujarat Titans dugout, they stood and clapped. They applauded. To a, they tipped their hat to a special innings. That is something also he will treasure.
Yes, yes. But sir, coming back to you, I mean, now the god has already praised him. I don't think we have anything else to say. But uh, I mean, he played an amazing
And
innings.
just sorry to interrupt, Naman. I
Please, please,
just
sir.
bumped. I just bumped onto your video. I just bumped onto your video where Rahul Dravid became so excited. He is still wheelchair bound. He almost tripped
Yeah,
himself
he
over.
He stood up. He gave him a
He
standing
stood
ovation.
up.
Yeah, yeah. He gave him a standing ovation during his century.
Yeah.
So I mean that is
Now carry on,
amazing.
please.
Yes. No, that is amazing. So Bharat sir, what I was asking was, since this lad has created something magical, can Rajasthan revive their season based on this 14-year-old? Is there a possibility? I mean, we have just seen something impossible happen. Now, is can Rajasthan believe that they can do an RCB?
You just have to look at the points table. It looks quite difficult because it feels like at least, if not all four, it could be all four teams as well. Will end up could end up with 8 wins, at least 8 wins, and that is where I think uh, Rajasthan Royals have a task on their hands because they have won only three. Even with this victory, they have won only 3 matches. They have won 3 out of 10. So even if they win 7 out of 14, even if they win 4 more games, whatever it is, they have a problem on their hands because I think at least three or maybe even four teams will could end up with 8 wins, and then you have Rajasthan Royals with a net run rate still, despite the performing so well today. They improved the net run rate by considerable margin, but still it is at minus 0.349. And if you look at some of the top teams, the net run rates are plus 0.521, plus 0.889, 7.48, 0.482. So they have a long way to go even in terms of the net run rate. So last season, if you remember, RCB's net run rate I think was good, was relatively good. That is one thing I think that really helped them. So yes, it's a glimmer of hope. As they say, cricket is a game of glorious uncertainties. So if they can keep on clutching on the straws, but it looks like the season is done. But again, who knows if some other teams continue to lose and suddenly Rajasthan Royals win another four in a row or whatever it is, uh, they might just sneak through. But I think it's very less. But they will take a lot out of this game. There's a lot to take out of this game, positives, because this kind of a win, where a kid just comes in and smashes all international bowlers to all corners of the ground, exploring every nook and cranny of the ground, that would definitely lift the entire setup, the coaching setup, all the players.
We are falling short of words. I mean, I am, to be fair, but I mean, this name is going to ring through the Indian, I mean, not just Indian, but the cricketing world throughout the night, throughout the days to come. But let's hear it from the chat now, what they are saying to us. Debayan Banerjee says IPL's latest wonder kid has arrived. Another story in the making. Further blessing is that he's under the tutelage and mentoring of Dravid. Hope Dravid helps him to manage the limelight and glamour now. Shamik sir, is is he under the right guidance? Because I mean, obviously, Dravid has done it for the under 19 players. Shuman Gill was in that team. Do you think that this is where he should be at this moment? Dravid is the
You
perfect
can't
person.
have, you can't have a better mentor than Rahul at this age, right? I mean, not only will you grow as a cricketer, but you learn the right values, the right ethics, and in turn, you will become a well-rounded individual. That's the beauty of learning your ropes under Rahul Dravid's tutelage. So it's not only about cricket. You will learn the values. You will learn to respect the game. You will learn to respect your seniors. That Dravid will teach. If you want to take them, if you want to take them, it's up to you. You will prosper. You will become a well-rounded individual because you never know 5 years down the line where you will end up or where you will be as a cricketer. But at the end of the day, for for, for anyone in any profession, the, the biggest thing is about becoming a good human being. And if you learn your ropes under Rahul Dravid's tutelage, and if you pick the right lessons, if you pick the right teachings from him, and if you follow that, chances are you will become a very good human being. apart from being a very good cricketer also.
Okay, we'll take the next now. Damogna Basu says, not questioning the talent and skill of the boy, but whatever 1% motivation would have been there for kids to take up Test cricket will also be gone now. How do you think this can be tackled? Bharat sir, do you think this kind of smashing of the ball negates the interest in Test cricket? Is that so? I don't believe that.
Uh, Whatever would have been there for is it gone now? How do you think this can be tackled? Not very sure about it. See, we are in 2025, where where young batters. Actually, I will give an example. I will give an example of my nephew. He doesn't play much cricket now. He's more into golf. But when he was at the cricket academy, when I was in Dubai, I was going there just to watch how he plays. A couple of times he tried a scoop. Couple of times he tried a reverse scoop. So we are in this we are in these times where youngsters just try all kinds of shots. So we can't change their game. But someone like Vaibhav Suryavanshi, if he really wants to play Test cricket, then he needs to yes tinker a little bit with his game, and that is something related to other youngsters as well. If they really want to take up Test cricket, then they have to tinker a little bit with their games. But we are in 2025, a T20 cricket is ruling the roost. You right, you like it or not, it is ruling the roost. I just saw a news that in 2028, BCCI is virtually trying to make it a 94 game tournament or something on those lines. This IPL. So yeah, we are all text. I am a Test cricket aficionado, but somewhere you have to move with times. I think Test cricket will somehow still survive. It may not be something like having 9 or 10 teams, but you still expect at least around 5 teams to be there. Just that the style of batting might change quite a bit in the next 3 4 years or whatever it is. We have already seen England players trying to play in a different fashion. We will see, I think, more of it in the years to come with other teams as well, because I don't think youngsters will defend much in the next few years. Maybe in 2027 or 28, not just England, other teams also I think will be playing in a similar fashion.
Okay. And the Bayan Banerjee says on GT's part, you can't do much when such carnage is going on, but would have liked to see Sai Kishore brought in a bit earlier. Also, they did not experiment with bodyline or some other lens. Yes, that was put up by Bharat sir. That Sai Kishore could have been used a bit earlier. He could have been used around the wicket, if I'm not wrong. That's what you said, right, sir?
And yes, and I also said that Prasidh Krishna should have opened the bowling just for Bhargav Suryavamshi, and then Nera should have told him, well, just bowl your heavy ball and try to tuck him up.
Yes. And musical being one says, what drives Vaibhav to create this impact? Speechless at this stupendous achievement. Shamik said, what drives a 14-year-old to create this impact? I mean, no one is 14-year-old here. We don't know what kind of
What
motivation
drives
drives
Vaibhav?
such kind of
We are
impact.
speechless. It is absolutely. We are also speechless. We are also speechless. Absolutely. We're struggling to find the right adjectives, the right superlatives, and today is the is a day of superlatives. You usually don't, as a reporter, you keep superlatives at arm's length, but sometimes something spectacular happens. So that that tests your limit, and today is one of those days. Everyone, I mean, when Sachin Tendulkar is going gaga, the impact this kid has made. So that is the thing. And simply, I was reading some comments put out here by some of our viewers. He could have Gujarat Titans could have done this, they could have done that. No, I mean, today you don't today you don't go into that cynic mode. Today you celebrate a special boy and a special innings. That's it. That's how you celebrate both, right? That's how. When once again, I mean, Naman has encouraged me to draw a football analogy again. when Diego Maradona scored that goal against England, when did you ask whether did you ask that whether Terry Butcher covered him from the right side or wrong? We all reveled in that goal of the century, right? So that is how you celebrate sport.
Definitely, definitely. I mean, perfect analogy there, sir. Okay, we'll go to the next one. Tamogna Basu says, I mean, what's the motivation for someone like Shubham Sharma, Yash Rathod, and Dhruv Shore when they perform across multiple seasons and don't even get 2% of this limelight which Arya Vaibhav are getting? See, Vaibhav is doing this at 14 years of age. I mean, I don't think he's getting limelight just because he's doing it. He's getting limelight because he's doing this at this young of an age, and there's no one else who is doing it. Arya is getting, I believe, because of his the way he attacks the ball. Bharat sir, you wanna give some insights on that if you?
Yeah, that's the way. See, Prasidh Krishna was bowling at 147 kilometers per hour today, and Ishan Sharma is still, although he's not at his peak, he's still a very experienced bowler. And Siraj also has been bowling well in this IPL. So to hit these kind of bowlers, even if he's not 14, if he's for 15 or whatever, at that age, it takes some doing. You have to pick the length very early. I will give an example. Another example. After some years, I tried to play cricket last year at the age of 40 with specs on against a couple of high school boys. They were bowling reasonably quick, at least for my age, and it took me some 15 20 deliveries to get myself into batting rhythm. Then I kind of defended a little bit. But this guy at the age of 14, I might have faced bowlers maybe who were bowling 70 miles per hour at maximum. And this guy is smashing 90, 92 miles per hour bowlers at the age of 14 or 15. So he has to get the limelight, he has to hog the limelight for playing that way. Though it is an IPL, it might be a different format. See, Dhruv Shore, I have already talked about him a lot in a lot of live shows only. That's a good player, a good defensive player, a good front foot player. But uh, you can't take the credit away from someone like Vaibhav Suryavanshi as to what he did today. They're just mind blowing because he was not hitting some gully level bowlers or under 19 bowlers, Japan's under 19 bowlers. He was smashing bowlers who were bowling at 146 kilometers per hour, Mohammad Siraj, and an experienced Ishan Sharma. That's a pretty decent attack.
And also the best T20 bowlers, Rashid Khan. If not West, one of the best. You were
Yes.
smashing him as well. But Shamik sir, Bharat sir told us what he was trying to do at the age of 14. What were you doing at the age of 14? For our viewers,
At the at the age of 14, at the
14.
age of 14, I was in 14, 1 4,
Yes, 1-4. Vaibhav's age.
1 4. Yeah, I was in school playing age group cricket, playing a bit of football also, school football also, listening a lot of Jimmy Page rock music. That was my first love. Listening a lot of Led Zepp and also Bruce Springsteen. Uh, so that normal teenagers do, but that's what normal teenagers do, right? So during our school days, Led Zepp was the fad, Bruce Springsteen was the fad, and then Pink Floyd was the fad. So listening to lot of classical rock, and reading, reading books, playing age group cricket, playing a bit of football, school football, stuff like that. What every kid at the age of 14, basically what almost every kid at the age of 14 does. That is the thing. But Naman, I will take your leave because I am in the middle of my editing shift and the match report has come. So I
Yes,
have
sir.
to take
Sure.
that.
Please go ahead. This is a Vaibhav masterclass report, so please go ahead and do the honors.
So I take your leave. Bye.
Yes, sure, sir. Thank you so much for joining us. But we will also
Thank
be taking the leave in a few minutes. But just to give, I mean, if since everyone is telling about their 14 years of age exploits, I'll tell mine. I was a very thin lad, not this tall that I am now. I was very small at that point in time. I used to be a fast bowler, and when I got that kit, uh, I got the kit around, I mean, younger age, but when I got my batting kit and I wore it, I was not able to manage myself in that heavy armor that I had on myself, because as a bowler you're not used to doing all of those things. So that was what my experience was. I was also playing cricket, age group cricket, and whatever else the teenagers do. But we'll take the final few comments here. And we have Debayan Majumdar says RR has truly been the home of young talents other than Mumbai, Jaiswal, Jurel, Samson, Vaibhav, Prague. Yes, trust in nurture some bowling talent soon. Yes, I mean, there will be something or the other. They have been doing it. I mean, IPL has been the home of nurturing talent. This is
I'll
what
just add a
IPL
point to it. I'll just
was.
add a point
Yes,
to
sir.
it. 2025 IPL, if there is one disappointing point about the 2025 IPL, then you haven't seen too many. This is just a extension of the point that you have not seen too many young pace bowlers coming through the ranks. I think the best one of the lot this season among the young pace bowlers is Prince Yadav. He's the only bowler I feel under 25 who looks like might go on to play for the Indian team. So that's the only thing that I feel. It's a little bit of a minus point for the 2025 IPL because you're still seeing a lot of good spinners. Vipras, Digvesh Rathi, even Zishan, I think has been gritty, though he's not got the wickets because of all those drop catches. And you've seen some exciting young talent with a bat in hand. But as far as pace bowling is concerned, there is a little bit of worry that this season we have not seen any good young pace bowler other than Prince Yadav. I don't really rate Ashwani with great respect to his work ethic.
That is the point. That is something that one can write an article on and further, I mean, go into details about it. And we'll take a few more. I think most of these comments are about what they were doing at the age of 14. The Mogna Basu says all 14-year-olds I know still need to be told multiple times to keep their shoes and clothes at the correct place. That is true. That is true. The Bayan says, at the age of 14, I was just happy playing Calcutta second division club cricket. Then I see Vaibhav awesome talent, especially the timing he has is fantastic. But sir, we are of same age, by the way. Sir, he has something to say.
good, good that we are of same age. Though obviously a lot of them make jokes about my age. One of my, of course, I'm not trying to boast or something like that, but one of my former colleagues, Srikant Shankar, told that I must have watched WG Gray's bat. So I would always tell you must be joking
No,
about
but that is
because
they are talking about the amount of knowledge you have about the game. That might be
no,
very
he always would joke because sometimes, occasionally, I would talk about WG Gray's batting, so still have a jokes about it. But yes,
so
it's
that's
good to see
based
that
on your
we are of same age.
intellectual.
It's good to see that we are
Okay.
of same age.
Please tell me this is the same team that couldn't score 9 or 6. Yes, sir. Mad Max, this is the same team. And this was done by RN says, Bharat, your talk too after today.
So suddenly, it's yes, ask this question. It feels like someone is holding a gun at my head. I am feeling Mumbai Indians will finish in top two. The kind of momentum they have, I am feeling they will somewhere finish in top two. Just looking at the momentum. Maybe I have feeling GT and Delhi Capitals will slip up a little bit, though they will win top four. So maybe it is RCB and Mumbai Indians. I know people will tell I'm just following the current points table, but I feel these two teams have currently have the momentum when it comes to the IPL, this year's IPL.
Okay, so that is it. We just have witnessed a 14-year-old smash international bowlers all across the park. Something no one could have imagined. Something we are seeing. By the way, he's hit a first ball he ever faced in IPL to a six. So I think there's no bounds to him. His talent. There's no bounds to his talent. So we are just going to go with this ride because this young lad has a long career ahead of his. So at that with that we will be taking your leave tomorrow. Don't forget to come back. There's DC versus KKR, an important game for DC. And by the way, there will be a lot of good content coming throughout the day. Bharat sir will be going on in a more elaborate way on Vaibhav Suryavanshi that will be coming out in the morning. So do keep your eyes on this channel and do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till then, have a good night. Enjoy this young lad, celebrate it, and I mean, just be mesmerized with it. Thank you.